On today's show, we head south to Tasmania and to Wynyard on the state's northwest coast for the final 2 rounds of the Yamaha Australian Off-Road Championship presented by MX Store, where new Australian champions will be crowned. Speaking of champions being crowned, we head to Sydney Motorsport Park and the Figure 8 Drift Circuit, where the Hi-Tec Drift All-Star Series wraps up an action-packed season with the final round of the Pro Championship. And later in the show, we delve into the world of FIA-sanctioned motor racing with the latest episode of FIA Pure Motorsport, featuring the FIA Karting World Championship from Le Mans in France, the Italian Formula 4 Championship from the Red Bull Ring in Austria, and the European Historic Rally Championship in Spain. This is Speedweek.
Wynyard, Tasmania, the final destination of the 2022 Yamaha Australian Off-Road Championship presented by MX Store. Rounds 11 and 12 sets a picturesque scene marking the first ever AORC event in the southern state. This weekend features 2 one-day enduros, and after substantial rainfall, conditions are set to make the final 2 rounds nice and tricky as we gear up to crown our 2022 champions. Kyron Bacon has been unbeatable and looks to cement the E1 Championship this weekend.
It would be awesome to come away with the E1 Championship this weekend. It's something I've been chasing for a long time, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it and excited to get out there. Previously won the EJ Championship, which was a big thing for me, but to win an E1 Championship would be a big thing for me also.
Gas's Corey McMahon sits 34 points behind Bacon and has his eyes firmly set on the job at hand.
Yeah, obviously to win the championship in E1 this year would be the end goal and what we come here to do. But this year we're a few points back and it's not looking very likely, so we've got a comfortable gap on third and we'll just try to keep it consistent this weekend and hopefully that ends up on the box, and if it's the top step, it's a bonus. But yeah, Kyron's been riding so good all year, so yeah, it's a hard task at this minute.
In E2 class, Josh Green has a pretty comfortable 49-point lead and is on track in securing the 2022 AORC Championship.
I'm pretty excited. If I can wrap this championship up, it'll be my first 450 AORC title, which has been a long time goal of mine to try and win. So, if I can pull that off tomorrow, I'll be super stoked, and it's a huge achievement. It's a huge goal of mine that I've ticked off, so I'll be really happy. If I do wrap it up tomorrow, I'm definitely going to add that championship bike to my lounge room if I can pull it off. So, I'm pretty excited about that.
Fraser Higlett has had a strong back end to the 2022 season, and although he is an outside chance, he is still in with a mathematical chance at the 2022 champion status.
Greeny's a fair way ahead of me, but I mean, apparently it's possible, so anything can happen. But yeah, I'll do what I can, stay on the bike and get through the weekend, and what's out of my control is out of my control, and what's in my control is in my control.
Simford Racing's Andy Wilkes continues to protect his E3 first place position ahead of Sherco's Jonty Reinders by 20 points.
Yeah, to be here in Tasmania with 2 rounds to go and have a bit of a lead, it's surreal feeling, but yeah, also a bit of a nerve-wracking feeling knowing that we're so close, but yet so far. So yeah, the aim is just to try and keep it consistent this weekend and not make too many big mistakes and and try and bring it home. But yeah, overall it's been a really cool season so far.
Reinders was home ground advantage this weekend and is well and truly still in the hunt for that glorious red #1 plate.
Yeah, obviously we're coming in here we're 20 points down, so it's probably a little bit far in reach, but anything happens. We've got 2 days of racing to go here in Tassie for once, nice and wet and slippery, so I think this conditions are probably going to favour me, so I'm just looking forward to getting out there and just trying to win both days. That's our ultimate goal, and whatever happens after that happens.
Yamaha's Jess Gardner holds a 27-point lead ahead of KTM's Emily Carlson in EW. Gardner is looking strong for her 7th AORC championship.
It would mean a lot to me to win the EW championship. Obviously we put our whole life on hold pretty much throughout the season to be able to train and come to these races and race at the top level. So yeah, another win this year would be amazing. It would be my 7th title, so yeah, really hoping for a good weekend. Yeah, every time it's really special. You know, my parents will be here this weekend, and yeah, it'll be really nice surrounding to hopefully, yeah, put another one down on the resume.
To win the championship this year would be amazing, but my chances don't look very good, but anything can still happen. And yeah, that would be really cool, but just been riding awesome all year, and yeah, I haven't really been on my top game, but had some injuries and got sick earlier, so it's been a tough year.
The tightest competition, though, undeniably sits in EJ, where KTM's Riley McGilvray is just 13 points ahead of Will Dennett and holds a 25-point lead on Billy Hargey.
If there's still a lot of racing to go, if I potentially win, yeah, definitely is a good feeling and a great way to just finish off the year. There's been so many people involved, obviously, throughout the year, like putting money and their time and efforts and everything towards getting us to the races, and obviously, yeah, mum and dad as well. There's so much time and effort and like sort of sacrifices that they've got to make. They can't do their usual thing or go out and like have fun with their mates and that on the weekend, but instead they're spent every weekend really travelling around, following my brother and I around the country.
From the moment go, Bacon was hot on the pan with scorching test times. Utterly at home on familiar terrain, Yamaha racers smoked the competition early, setting the pace with a near 7-minute lead. With a total time of 1:12.46, Bacon took home first place in E1 for round 11, as well as the official 2022 E1 championship. He also claimed the fastest time overall for today's racing.
I'm pretty pumped with my results today. Didn't make too many mistakes, which was awesome. Just happy to come away with the E1 Championship in my hometown, so I'm really, really happy.
In second today was Cooper Scheidow with a time of 1:19.23, keeping him in contention for a spot on the championship podium.
We definitely made some good headway today. It's just going to be try and stay consistent tomorrow. You know, I'm going to try not to think about it and just go ride my old race, and hopefully we end up in the box at the end of the year.
Gas's Corey McMahon conceded for third behind Scheidow, just shy of 10 seconds behind him.
I'm happy with it to end up on the box again today. We're thinking championship now sort of thing, so there's no need to do anything stupid out here in such tough conditions. So yeah, today was just managing the bike and riding a bit smarter. We kept it on 2 wheels for most of the day, a little bit slower, but we'll keep on pushing towards that end result.
Blake Hollis came home 4th fastest and will have to battle it out with Scheidow for 3rd position in the championship. Round 11 is home to Green's long-awaited and well-deserved 2022 AORC E2 Championship. After a long, tough day out on slick Tasmanian soil, the Enduro household name has kept the likes of Fraser Higlet and Beta at bay. Today's first place result has ensured the Yamaha racer secures enough points to call the E2 Championship his own.
I'm pretty tired, to be honest. There was a lot of dog paddling today, and I haven't been riding much, so it was a real struggle for me. But yeah, I'm pretty pumped I got the title, and exciting times now. The track was brutal, and it was a really cool track with just the weather, you know, so slimy and so slippery, and the ruts got deep and the bogs got deep, and then sections were really awesome to ride, and then sections were really terrible to ride, and lots of like slippery tree roots. So like it was pretty bad for my hand because I kept kicking the bars out, but hey, we survived, and I fell over a few times, just silly little tip overs, but I think everyone did today, so it was good day.
Behind green in second place for round 11 and the 2022 championship is Higlet. Even with today's unpredictable weather and challenging conditions, the Queensland native clocked in impressive times consistently, earning him a well-protected second place.
It's good to know that I obviously have a bit more under the belt, but I don't know, I don't think I'm ready to send it as hard as the other boys yet. But no, I'm happy where I am and just ticking away.
Rounding out the E2 podium for round 11 was Travis Silk, who finished 9 tests with a total time of 1:31.09. The Tasmanian local of Jonty Reinders absolutely dominated the E3 field today and is breathing down Wilkes' neck for a chance at the 2022 E3 championship title. Reinders finished today's racing with a total time of 1:15.58.
Tracks were obviously quite brutal out there today, and yeah, I just pretty much had to come out and win today. We're obviously a few points down in the championship, and now we've put the pressure on Andy tomorrow so he can't make a mistake. So yeah, overall it was a really good day, second outright, and got another class win, which was great.
After his success in Kingston, South Australia last month, Andy Wilkes just couldn't rain on Jonty Reinders' parade today. Wilkes finished today's enduro format with a total time of 1:18.16.
I knew coming to their backyard this weekend we were going to have it up against us to try and run with them, and today was definitely that way. Like, Jonty caught me in one test and I let him straight past. The way he was riding was impressive, so tried to pick up some tips along the way and yeah, see what we could do. But yeah, either way, it's been a good year. Like, me and Jonty have been going back and forth here and there, and yeah, he's put it together today and showed us why he's yeah, a good competitor in the series this year, and yeah, no, it's been good fun. So yeah, either way, just learn from today, move on to tomorrow, and yeah, keep chipping away at this championship.
Bronze was won by KTM's Jai Dixon with a total time of 1:21.34.
Yeah, learn a fair bit. It was yeah, just getting my head around the whole enduro format and what to do and all the technical side of it, and then just the trail riding and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I've learned a lot, and yeah, hopefully get a lot better tomorrow.
KTM's Emily Carlson is working hard to improve her championship standings in EW after claiming first place in round 11 with a total time of 1:37.04. Carlson finished more than 1 minute ahead of current leaderboard holder Jess Gardner.
It's been a technical day, really muddy, but it's good fun at the same time to have a really technical one. Just you have to get through and yeah, try to not get bombed as much tomorrow.
Gardner finished today with a total time of 1:38.39. With addition of round 11's points and the assumption Gardner remains steady and consistent tomorrow, Wynyard could be home to her 7th AORC EW Championship title.
I knew from the first test when I got bogged for about 5 minutes there, at some point I honestly thought I was walking back, so very thankful to one of the guys. Eventually, after about 10 bikes went past me, he actually helped me get out. Excuse me. So yeah, really thankful to him for helping me get out of that bog, because honestly I thought I was coming back home.
Roughly 30 seconds is all that separated first and second in EJ today. Keeping very much on brand, the competition was utterly fierce and unforgiving as Will Dennett and Riley McGilvray battled tooth and nail for that gold. Just 13 points separated Dennett and McGilvray coming into the series finale, where we will all have to hold our breath for round 12 to crown a victor.
I feel great, like, conditions suit me. I'm a bit of a mud pig, but it's all right. It's good fun. It's very slippery and rooty and easy to crash, but stayed on 2 wheels.
Yeah, I'm trying not to obviously get ahead of myself. Yeah, there's still another day's worth of racing to go and anything can happen really. So yeah, I'm just aiming to stay consistent and yeah, try and get another podium, and that should, yeah, do it.
Stay with us as after the break we crown our victors in E3, EW and EJ. The Yamaha Off-Road Tech and Tips Initiative runs at every AORC round in partnership with Off-Road Advantage's pro coach, Josh Green. Many past and current Aussie champs began their racing careers as juniors, and our goal is to have the next world champion be an Aussie too.
Every Friday afternoon before a round of the AORC, we have all the junior competitors come over here and hang out with the Shop Yamaha guys so they can gain valuable experience into what happens in off-road. So their experience is far less daunting and they can gain the knowledge to get through the weekend safely with good advice from both a technical point of view from the bike and also from the riders.
It's really cool to get the kids involved. So they rock up at our Yamaha tent and we talk about the event ahead, the conditions, what they should be working on, and a little bit about keeping hydrated and goggle prep and, different terrain, different things like that. So it's really cool to get them involved. They ask a lot of questions about bikes and bike setup and what I do and how I train, and basically just trying to get the junior riders involved with the senior guys and with some pro guys and give them some tips. So I think it's really cool. It's a really cool program and the kids seem to get a lot out of it, so it's good.
With a rider like Josh Green, we have a person with vast racing experience both domestically and internationally. So when a rider comes to Josh can ask a question, Josh is experiencing himself. So he knows the ins and outs of the off-road world, of the motorcycling industry. So a rider can feel that the information they're getting is credible and worthy, and Josh is more than happy to pass it on to anyone who asks him. So he's a great asset to the team and a great asset to Yamaha.
The growth in AORC with juniors is huge. We're seeing more and more entries and I mean, AORC is growing so much that the talent's getting faster and faster. So I've seen a lot of kids come through, for existence, Will Rupright come through as a junior kid, and I remember seeing him riding around, and then I got him on board and I was doing a little bit of coaching and stuff with him, and then to a point where we were battling at races and now the guy's leading the World Championship. So that's a really cool thing for me, and I see so much of that coming through. I've got my two teammates that are a decade younger than me, and it's really cool to see them come through juniors. I remember seeing Kyron as like a 12, 13-year-old racing around AORC. So I feel like it's a really cool sport to be a part of because juniors are at the same event as us and they have got something to look up to, and they're coming through the ranks and then battling with us guys. So it's pretty cool to be.
Kyron Bacon carried the celebrations into round 12, setting the pace with an exceptional fastest overall time for the day. With a total time of 1:22.41, Bacon won the final E1 round ahead of Corey McMahon, who had to settle for second place after another long day on the bike.
It was a big weekend and a really tough weekend to finish off the series, and happy to come away with second in the championship. Got to give it to Kyron though, he's been riding awesome all year. He's won the outright on the E1 bike, so it's pretty impressive, and it shows that the competition's very tough in E1. So happy to come away with second in the championship and second on the day. So looking forward to next year now and try to pick up on what we're doing wrong this year.
Claiming bronze today was Jeremy Carpentier with a welcome return to the podium for the Yamaha racer after injury troubles earlier in the year.
Yeah, for sure, it's getting better. Since my injury, I've been building up some momentum and trying to get up to level with my fitness. That was the problem in South Australia. The speed was always there, but I couldn't keep it up all day. And I feel like this weekend or today, I managed to get it through the whole day, and it was a tight battle with Blake. And it's good to end up on the podium. Ending up the year on the podium is always a good thing.
For the 2022 AORC E1 Championship podium, McMahon won second ahead of Blake Hollis in third. The party keeps on going at the Yamaha truck as Josh Green claimed the final E2 round win here in Wynyard. With a total time of 1:26.47, Green only just held beaters Fraser Higlet at bay from the top spot on the box. Higlet seemed right at home on Tasmanian soil today, remaining unflinched as he screamed across the challenging terrain to clock in a total time of 1:28.09.
Yeah, no, it's good. I've sort of finally got the program going, you know. Bike's feeling good. I'm sort of, I don't know, getting a bit more ride time in, and yeah, no, it's all happened a bit late in the season, but always time for next year.
For the 2022 AORC E2 Championship podium, Travis Silk has claimed the third and final spot behind Green and Higlet. Well, we all waited with bated breath today to see who would come out on top for round 12 and earn themselves the 2022 AORC E3 Championship title. After a hard-fought race, Jonty Reinders took home a consecutive class win, but he couldn't be beat by Andy Wiltshire's points in the overall championship.
Now the 2022 E3 champ, how are you feeling?
Yeah, it's pretty surreal, that's for sure. It's been like a nervous year really. Like as soon as you get into the lead of a championship, which I'd never experienced for a long time, you're trying to just put that to the back of your mind until this part of the year. So it's it's a good relief. I'll give it that. That's for sure. But overall, just really happy with how the year went. Like after a lot of challenging years and a lot of injuries and things like that, you do question it sometimes, but times like this make it definitely worthwhile, that's for sure. But just mainly relief and just excitement and all the rest of it.
After 10 tests, Reinders finished with a total time of 1:25.35, demonstrating just how fast and impressive the Sherco rider really is.
Yeah, feeling, body's a little bit sore, and but yeah, overall we had an awesome weekend here to go 1-1 the first time I've done that, and I think second outright both days, which was been career best weekend, so I can't complain at all.
Rounding out the E3 podium today was KTM's Jai Dixon with a total time of 1:32.27. Wynyard is officially home to Gardner's 7th EW Championship title. After a slog of a day tackling another enduro format, Gardner pushed ahead of Emily Carlson to claim first place for round 12 as well as securing the championship title.
Jess, massive congratulations. You're now the 2022 EW champion, and that also means your 7th win?
Yeah, thank you very much. It's been a long few years, and this year it was definitely tough this weekend. You know, made it hard for myself yesterday, but I think I proved a point today. So yeah, really happy to get back out there, have a bit of fun, and hey, we're riding dirt bikes, so it was a lot of fun. Technical, but it was awesome.
And how are you going to celebrate tonight?
We'll do the official podiums, and then I think we're all earned a good night out and have a bit of fun tonight.
Carlson settled for second place today, as well as in the overall championship. Carlson crossed the finish line with a total time of 1:51.25.
Stoked with the win yesterday, and too bad I couldn't back it up today, but
It was a fierce fight right up until the last test of the day. Claiming a hard-fought round 12 EJ win was Yamaha's Will Dennett with a total time of 1:29.20. After his massive success this weekend in Wynyard, Dennett has just missed the top spot for the championship.
I feel good to end the season with a double win. It's always a good thing, and hopefully the results carry on to next year. So I feel good. I'm pretty happy about it.
With a total time of 1:31.22, McGilvray's steady and consistent presence on the track has secured him a second place for round 12, as well as a 2022 AORC EJ Championship title.
This year has been unreal. The EJ class is definitely coming through the ranks, and like to have like the top 6 guys kind of in like the top 20, and 2, 3 of us sometimes always in the top 10, which is unreal and pretty cool to see. Obviously the
EJ class has got some stars and that coming up through the ranks, and yeah, it's definitely a class that everyone should keep an eye out, obviously, because we're kind of the up-and-comers of the next few years, really.
Claiming the final podium spot for both round 12 and the championship was Billy Hargey. Let's confirm our final championship points. In E1 with a dominant performance and a total of 250 points, it's Kyron Bacon. In E2 P1, it's Josh Green with a total of 244 points. Sitting with a total of 241 points, it's Andy Wilkes in P1 for E3. Jess Gardner takes the top step once again with a total of 244 points. In EJ, Riley McGilvray comes in P1 with a total of 223 points. That wraps up a thrilling season of the 2022 Yamaha Australian Off-Road Championship presented by MX Storm. 2022 has had it all. Challenging terrains, horrible weather and thrilling racing. Don't forget to follow along with our socials as we plan for a bigger, better and stronger 2023.
Hello and welcome to the final round of the Hi-Tec Drift All-Star Series for 2022. We are back at the home of drifting in Australia, Sydney Motorsport Park, for this final round and a configuration that we haven't done for 5 years now. The figure eight is back. I'm Matt Kavanagh, and joining me in the commentary box is Dan Mackey. This is going to be a huge event.
Mate, it's all going to come down to this. You know, the championship is still wide open and anybody can snatch it in those top sort of 4 positions in both categories. We're back at the figure eight. This track can't be underestimated either. It is a tight, it's technical. We've set a line that's going to encourage close battles. So I'm really looking forward to it, mate.
Look at the top 5 there when it comes to our championship points now. James Abbott there in 5th place. Glenn Omerod in 4th, just outside of podium. Matt Harvey from Tasmania in 3rd, but it's all going to come down to these top 2. Jason Ferrin and Brodie Mayer, the 2 likely championship winners here after this event. And with 34 points separating them going into qualifying, let's catch up with the drivers right now.
Pretty stoked with getting first qualifying yesterday. Car's feeling pretty good. The conditions are pretty patchy out there. This is my first time running in the Hi-Tec series, so it'd be awesome if I could bring home the championship, first year in it, and it's been a massive effort, especially coming all the way from Tasmania. Got a lot of people to thank. I probably can't do them all now, but got a good team back home. I think everyone's going to be egging us on tonight to try and bring it home, but yeah, look, hopefully we can get the job done, but if we don't, we're going to be having fun and we're driving 110%, hopefully put on a good show.
So I'm feeling pretty good. The wagon's going strong. The conditions were a bit patchy yesterday, but we held it together, managed a 3rd place in qualifying, so absolutely stoked with that. We've got a decent battle tree. I know Brodie's a bit scared there in the background, but we'll be sticking it to him no matter what. I don't like to put too much pressure on myself, so I'll be coming in quite relaxed, just out there to have fun and have a good time and stick it to some doors, and that's where it's at.
Let's look how it ended up after qualifying there. Brodie Mayer, number 1. And look at the points there, 89.7. Matt Harvey, the fellow Tasmanian, right behind him in 2nd. Jason Ferrin back in 3rd, which should put him on the opposite side of the tree when it comes to battling. Glenn Omerod in 4th position. Then we go down to Scott Shembry, Adam Woods, James Abbott, and Aaron Jouars back there in 8th position.
The top 4 up in the top 4 spots in qualifying once again. Really, on paper, any of them can win it, but it's going to come down to the top 2. For now, though, let's get down to Damien and have a chat to Shembry in the pits.
Yeah, thanks, guys. We're down here with Scott Shembry, obviously the Master Chef. The 350's not here. We've got the BMW, the bonnet's up. We're about to go into battles, mate. What's going on?
The 350 wasn't ready. We didn't want to push it for the last round, and unfortunately in practice we stuck the belt and don't have a spare one, so just trying to dodge some stuff up to get it out there and get it through battles, but we'll just see how we go.
Okay, so the belt's running everything or just the power steering?
Nah, just everything. So, because we've got electric water pump, if we don't really run an alternator, probably won't last 2 laps. So, but we'll just see how we go.
Okay. Good luck, mate. Hope you make it work.
Well, let's have a look at the battle tree for our pro category. Brody Mayer takes on Colm Keogh. Aaron Jouard takes on Saxon Moyes. Glenn Omerod will take on Mickey Moo. Scott Shembry will battle it out with Danny Probert.
And then we've got Matt Harvey taking on Ben Odgers. James Abbott taking on Angus Kidd. Jason Ferrin will be taking on Ben Meir. And Adam Wood taking on Flash Smith. But for now, down to Damien in the pits.
Yeah, I've got Jabs down here for half the Hi-Tec Blaze unit, mate. The other half's not looking too healthy at the back there. Bonnets are up, spare cars. How are you feeling? You're looking quite solid out this morning. How's it all going?
Yeah, the Hi-Tec S15 is going really well, so we're kind of just making up the numbers this weekend. Slightly out of contention for the championship. I think I'm in 5th in the points, but so I've just come into it with a super relaxed demeanour and just going to try to have some fun. Like that Hi-Tec, the figure 8 is so fun. We've got the big TV screen here, all the crowd here pumping it up. I feel like I'm just on my couch at home watching it on the screen, but I've got to G up a bit, get in the car, and hopefully get some good laps in.
Who's your first battle?
I think I got Gus first up.
Okay, apparently his nitrous isn't working.
Yeah, he said that. We might leave him a bit of respectful room on the chase. But yeah, I think it'll be a good battle anyway.
No worries. Good luck, mate.
Well, let's get things started now with our top 16 pro battles. And here it is. Brody Mayer leading out Colm Keogh there, and Brody Mayer, a championship leader at the moment, extended it out by another 2 points after qualifying. Look at the transition there. He's really wide. Colm Keogh has to really dive down on the inside there. As they come back through this big right-hander up against the wall there for Brody Mayer. Look at the gap he's taking out over Colm Keogh. Colm Keogh trying to do everything down to get that proximity back, but Brody Mayer just showing why he's leading the championship.
Yeah, pretty good and solid run from Brody there to get started with. As they take off here in the reverse run, you can see Colm Keogh gets an outside zone up here. He's just not quite getting out to it, needs to push out, gets there now. Pushing around, but Brody all over his door. A switch back through a box, and he needs to be further into that corner, deeper there to get out to the actual zone where it is. Setting it up down the bottom corner, he's got to run it all the way along the wall. Pretty close there, not too bad proximity. Brody doing his best on what's a pretty patchy run to try and chase from Colm Keogh in front. But a nice run all the way through here. He's got it out to the corner. Bit bobbly from Brody there. Managed to just get it all straightened up and sorted out across the line, and he'll take the win.
Our next battle, it's going to be Aaron Jouard leading out over Saxon Moyes, and the noise that comes out of Aaron Jouard's car, it is so loud, the big LS just thumping out, and Saxon Moyes, a young gun, had a runner-up at round number 4. What can he do this time out? He's right on the door of Aaron Jouard. They take it to what is a veteran of the sport of drifting here for the Hi-Tec Oil Series. And Saxon Moyes, a young gun, really pushing hard in the 2J Power at 86. He's right on the door now as they come around into the final corner. Aaron Jouard sets himself up, and you know he's going to blaze those tyres there. A little bit shallow at that point. Goes over the finish line.
Don't be alarmed, boys and girls at home watching. That's not a car on fire. Aaron Jouard, being the showman that he is, has set up a light in the back of that car to make it look like he is on fire. Let's see how he goes now in the chase position, chasing the young gun Saxon Moyes. Pretty good as we go to the overhead shot here. You can see Saxon filling out that zone. They need to be wide there again, middle of the track there, and come back down. Doing a really good job is Saxon filling the zones and running a really strong lead. Aaron needs to be a bit closer. He's chasing hard, but he's not quite there, and I think that the way this is going so far, it's going to be Saxon Moyes taking the win and going through.
Well, after the dramas they had yesterday in qualifying, he's done a really good job after blowing up a diff and snapping a tail shaft. Let's get on to our next battle, though. Glenn Omerod now will take on Mickey Moo, who's with us for the final time before he goes back to Ireland, and he's missed the start. Glenn Omerod's driven away in the Connect Electrical 86.
Yeah, every now and then that big V8 built by Dwars Motorsport that Mickey Moo's running under the hood there, it can fuel up too much and it stalls the thing out, and I'm pretty sure that's what's happened there. Unfortunately, the green light had gone, Glenn had taken off, and as Mickey went to go, he stalled the car out. He's refired it now and he's chasing hard, but this one's going to be all Glenn Omerod chasing through. Of course, Mickey Moo had a bit of dramas yesterday in qualifying, hitting the wall in his first pass, so they've done a great job to straighten that car out.
Yeah, we saw the big sledgehammers out there just getting that rear quarter out on the passenger side. And here we go, he's going to lead away. They'll have a big smile on his face. The Irish flag is up and proud as he goes around. sets himself up for this transition. Does he get in the box? That's what we're looking for here. Probably a little bit shallow for us on that time. Glenn Ormerod just leaving him a little bit of room. He doesn't have to do too much after that really high-scoring lead run there. You look at Glenn Ormerod, he's just looking so comfortable in that car. There's not a lot of movement on the steering wheel either. The car is super consistent and settled, even though we see a lot of bumps on this circuit and the big wave there. He's really happy. Mickey Moo putting on the smoke show through the final corner.
Yeah, really excited for Mickey. He's been a great competitor, someone we've really enjoyed having along in the series. We'll miss him dearly. But moving on now, we've got Scott Shembry leading out for Danny Probert all the way down from the Northern Territory. Scott setting a pretty good line there. Danny a little bit shallow in the chase position. Wow, that was close. Just missing the rear bar. Danny really starting to engage in this chase now as Scott Shembry's leaving him the opportunities, and Danny's taking him with both hands. A little bit shallow on the chase there. In fact, he might have just lost the drift a little bit. We'll have a look at that on the replay up here in the judges' box a little bit later on. But Scott Shembry finishing off the run, doing a great run in that BMW. He really seems to be enjoying that car this weekend.
Yeah, he's pushing it really hard considering the power difference here with the big barrow out in front. Danny Probert, the Tim Surf and Turf XD Falcon. And look at him, sets himself up looking nice and comfortable, very wide here, and he gets on the power of the big XD. There's a lot of wheelbase there. Can he get it through the box section here? Switches back. We'll have to look at that maybe from a different angle, but yeah, a little bit shallow there. Scott Shembry, though, puts it on the door, but look at Danny Probert starting to power away now as the barrow stretches at legs. Here we go, smooth sailing into the final corner, sets himself up. Shembry's going to try and get that proximity down, but Danny Probert manages to hold him out a bit with huge angle at the end, but he's across the finish line, and this one's going to be tough.
Yeah, Scott Shembry just taking the win narrowly on that one there over Danny Probert as we head off now with James Abbott and Angus Kidd. A couple of Sydney-siders, local boys, good mates, really good blokes and great competitors. This should be a pretty good battle, although we did hear early on that maybe Angus is missing a few kilowatts and his NOS system not working. Oh, he's run really wide there, and you don't need to give James Abbott an opportunity like that. He will take that with both hands and disappear in the distance as you can hear the anti-lag running on that S15 Hi-Tec oils backed Sylvia there. Runs around through the final corner. Great run from James Abbott. A little mistake from Angus Kidd, and that's going to be an advantage to James for sure.
Here we go. Well, what will Angus Kidd now do in the Triways Transport Super as he's already got it sideways? Big bum drag there as he's held on the handbrake. Gets it set up for the corner, though. Not as wide as we have seen him earlier in qualifying. Let's have a look at this from the overhead view. He's very shallow to that point, but James Abbott doing a great job to just follow him through there and not make contact. The proximity was door to door. And they go through the final couple of corners. Here we go, big power from the Super as they set up for the final corner. They come around to the finish line. The hand is out. Look, he's looking a lot happier now, Angus Kidd, but it wasn't his on the chase run earlier. So I think a big advantage here and a win to James Abbott.
Yeah, James getting the nod there. A much better lead run than Angus could follow along. Here we go. Jason Ferrin, he needs to finish in the top three today to force Brodie Maher to make it through this battle and into the top eight. He's got Ben Meir, who's always a fierce competitor, loves these tight tracks. He's right up on his door so far, chasing him through there, drops a little bit back just in this little switchback section as they come down the hill towards the bottom wall. Jason's taken that advantage though, and he's really going for it. The barrow wags all the way up from Victoria, and Keep It Reek Colours is doing a wonderful job there. But Benny Meir closing the door as Jason a little bit narrow. Oh, it's not as big an advantage as I thought Jason might have taken out that midway through, but a little one to Jason.
Well, it's going to be all noise here from Benny Meir. What can he do as he sets himself up? Transition to the first corner. He sticks it nice and wide. Jason Ferrin needs to make... Oh, no, Benny Meir's gone off. He's grabbed a little bit of dirt and gone wide and kicked up a whole heap of mud here at Sydney Motorsport Park. It's given Jason Ferrin the advantage to just close that ride down there. And look, Benny Meir, that's going to be a huge points loss for him.
Yeah, pushing hard there, mate. He's up against number 2 in the championship. He knew he had to throw down. 2 wheels off. Big win to Jason.
And let's catch up with Damien now in the pits with Jason Ferrin.
Hello, mate. You won the Battle of the Purple People Eaters. You went out for mechanical before the battles. Is everything okay with the car?
Yeah, so I had an issue with the alternator. I think it seized up, it cracked. Probably from all that anti-lag, to be honest. Yeah, so luckily got us sorted with another alternator. So we slapped it on there just before practice, got our mechanical and stoked the old girl's going like she should. So good work to Ben Meir. He did well. Unfortunate, obviously a bit too deep there, but let's keep going through and let's get that battle with Brodie that we all want.
Don't we all?
Oh, we are waiting. That is the battle that we want to see later on. Adam Woods, though, has come over here from South Australia to take part in this final round at Sydney and take him on his Flash Smith, who will chase him down here. And Flash is doing a fantastic job this weekend, Dan.
Mate, he's running in both categories, Pro and Pro-Am. He's getting himself set up to run in the Pro category, hopefully exclusively next year. I've been encouraging him to do that. But for now, he's up against one of the best out of SA, Adam Woods. He really does drive this R34 Skyline extremely well, adapts quickly. He's only had probably 5 or 6 laps around this track, so to be throwing down a lead line like this, which isn't far off, is extremely well done to him.
Well, Flash, you see him in the background there. He's pushing really hard to maintain that pace, and this time he's going to lead out, and he's very comfortable. This is pretty much his home track, and he's done plenty of laps around here. It's going to be great in this figure 8 configuration. A little bit shallow there, and he goes wide. Can he pull it back, though, through this box section?
Definitely unsettled himself a bit there. You saw that by going wide, and then that pushes through and upsets the flow. So he's got to get it all together and finish out the rest of the run, but he did have a pretty good chase in the first battle.
And as we head to the final corner, Flash sets himself up there, gets the car angled, pushes it out nice and wide, and gets himself a narrow victory over Wood. Let's head down to Damien, though, as he catches up with Flash with his great win.
Nice job, Flash. Still going through. How are you feeling in the car?
The car's just working really, really well at the moment, surprising myself more than anyone. It's amazing.
Is that your first win in Pro?
Yes, that's my first win in Pro. Thanks for mentioning that, but yes. Yeah, so that was awesome.
Congrats, mate. Keep it going. Enjoy.
Oh, he's a big character, Flash, as well, and he's really, really happy. You can see the smile there. The cheeks are raised under that helmet. He's a fantastic competitor, and we love having him in the Pro category. It's going to be a fantastic night. We've got plenty more to come here at the Figure 8 track, Sydney Motorsport Park, for the final round of the Hi-Tec Drift All-Star Series of 2022. We'll be back after this short break.